Is college still relevant today? Should you send your kids to college knowing that the college educational system is outdated? It's not something that works anymore in the modern entrepreneurship lifestyle of people. Should your kids just go and be entrepreneurs and grind and hustle and learn the practicality of things? We're gonna talk about going to college. Is it something that you should do right now in 2020? So if you want to know more, check this video out. Hey guys, so as you all know, most of the people who follow my channel are mostly in my range of age. No? So what normally happens is people from 25 to 44 years old watch this. But here's the thing, over the past few weeks, I've been getting a lot of messages from kids. When I say kids, these are people who are younger than me, no, in their teens. A lot of them graduated from high school or just about to graduate high school or just starting college, and their biggest questions stems from, should they still enter college? And let me read this question to all of you, then I'll try to go with the context of this particular video. So number one, this is from Kobe Cuvedo. Okay, he's asking this: Sir Marvin, I found this gold mine yesterday. I gotta say, I'm really happy to learn more about financial literacy and getting rich. I know a lot of us have different ideas of being rich. Some think that being rich is being able to save a set of money every month. Some consider themselves rich in a materialistic manner. And some, like me, want to be time wealthy by earning passively. So, as you all know, I've been talking about also about time is the greatest arbitrage in everything that you do. Anyways, I'm 19 now, and I know that I should be starting really early to gain time on my side. Do you have any tips with regards to teenagers starting his financial journey to success? I'd really appreciate it. And here's the clincher for this video. Also, what's your opinion about senior high school students deciding not to continue their academic career? I feel like a lot of people like me aren't seeing the value of colleges, universities anymore due to the information available in the web to make a living. Keep impacting lives, Sir Marvin. God bless you. All right, that's very, very good. And this video might be very, very controversial also to a lot of people. So I don't know how to spin this now, but let me answer from my particular context. I'll answer the first question first before we go with college or universities as well. But comment below. I want to hear your opinions also before I continue the video. Do you think kids right now should still go to college, or is it better that they pursue something else, they pursue other thoughts of learning? So I'm gonna answer some of the questions, and I'm gonna give you my own personal take as well into all of this. Asking for an advice about what they're supposed to do in their financial journey to success. Of course, you learn. You learn as much as you can right now. You try as much as you can to be able to set aside time to not just learn but execute all of those learnings. And as you start executing all of those learnings, don't be scared to fail. I keep telling people the best time for you to fail is when you're young. If you're 18, 19, 20, 21, we've been hardwired, and this is the educational system naman. We've been hardwired by the educational system that if you fail, you're wrong. If you go below 70, you fail a particular subject, that's bad for you. But in reality, not in academic practice, in practicality, in real life, a lot of the great entrepreneurs, a lot of the great investors, a lot of people who made it in life all failed. Some failed even massively. But what's important is when you fail forward. When you fail, you bounce from those mistakes. You bounce from all of those failures. So my suggestion to you, as early as you are right now, start experimenting, start trying, start doing things that you've never done before. Continue learning. Please remember, education is not just about going to college. Education is about learning as well. So to answer the question, it will be twofold. My answer is, it depends. Number one, if you don't have the means, your family does not have the means for you to go to college, as in hindi kaya ng tuition, they cannot afford to send you to college, then don't go. I've seen it over and over. A lot of parents sacrifice, mortgage their entire future just to send their kids to college, thinking that college is the only way out. Guess what? It's not the only way out. You can be successful without going into college. So if you don't have the money, your family does not have the money, you will go into massive debt if they send you to school. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You can be successful without going into college. It will cost you even more. It will bring you in a deeper hole if you even go into college. And that's what people don't see. They spend multi-millions. They go into debt. Then their parents, when they retire, they don't have any money because they spent everything. then that's not financial freedom. So that's my first answer. If you don't have the money, there's no budget for it, then you don't have to go to college. Number two, if you were able to qualify and have the option to go to a scholarship or a state-run school, and you really like the value of learning the ropes through college, then you go for it because it's free naman eh, and you get to learn along the way. So it's a case. If you notice what I'm doing, I'm giving you a case-to-case scenario. But the fact of the matter is, if you get a scholarship or you pass for a particular school, it means academically you're good. It means that you like participating academically. So that's another case altogether. Number three, here's what's interesting. If the profession that you want to step into, assuming you already know what you want to, but here's the thing, when you're young, when you're in college, it's hard to know what you want. A lot of people don't know what they want yet when they're very, very young. But assuming you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a pilot, you want to be an architect, you want to be an engineer, or a certain type of profession, or a nurse that needs certifications, then of course you need to go into college. That's very, very important. Not all jobs you can just step into. There's a level of education that you need to attain, but not just a level of education. There's a level of certification that you need to pass, which the prerequisite of that is education. So that's my third answer. Number four, if you want to be a professional also, but part of that profession, it does not require any certification. Let me tell you, basketball is a profession, but you don't need to have any certification to become a basketball player. So you can also be an artist. If your profession is something that is purely skill-based and it's not something that is academic-based, then I'll tell you right now, double down already on what you're good at. If you are a basketball player and you believe you're gonna be a good basketball player, if you're a violin player and you think you're a very, very, very good violin player, double down on that. Be the best in what you can do. You double down on what your skill set is. If you think about it, Kobe Bryant. If Kobe Bryant went to college, Kobe Bryant said that, I'm good at basketball, but I'll still learn physics. I'll still study astronomy. I'll still study geology. He wouldn't be as good of a basketball player. He wouldn't be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So that's what I want to say. If you believe that your skill set is something that you don't need college anymore, that if your skill set is something that you can do by actual practitionership, then double down on that. Double down on something that you are already good at. Double down into something that you know that if you practice more of it, you get more experience, you get better at it. And the thing about professions is this, the top 10%, the top 20%, the top 5% get 80, 85, 90% of the earnings. And your goal, if you want to be a skill-based professional, is you have to be on top of the game as well. And it's not just limited to basketball. So let me give you this. Coding. Coding. I've seen so many kids right now that are so good at coding at a very, very young age. Those who know how to develop apps, those who know how to interpret big data. A lot of those things are pattern recognition. A lot of those things are logic. So if that's your route, my suggestion is I'll double down on that skill right now. Number 5, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a business person, then my suggestion is this. It's twofold. If your parents allow you to go and do the entrepreneurial route, they give you money, they give you funding, my suggestion is even this. I will go to the parents of my friends that have businesses and I will work for them, either for free or for an allowance, and I will try each of those businesses. If meron food cart, if meron laundry business, meron accounting firm, I will try an OJT in all of those businesses so that I learn the ropes. I get to see what I really want, so that by the time you've been doing it for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you will already know it. I think I like going into the service business. I like doing consultancy more. I think I like doing setting up my own retail shop. I think I like selling car tires as well. You will already know it and you already have the experience for it. So find people that you want to be, find business people, and then work for them. If you don't have any friends, but for example, you want to start your own food cart, then go to Potato Corner, apply for a job. You don't have to have friends for you to be able to get the experience. If ako nga, when I was younger, And there's a stigma for Filipinos eh. They don't want us to work part-time jobs because people think it's beneath, it's not good. Nung bata ako, people told me, huwag ka magtrabaho sa McDonald's kasi nakakaya. Guess what? Hindi nakakaya magtrabaho sa McDonald's, hindi nakakaya maging clerk sa Jollibee kasi guess what? If you work in Jollibee, you work in McDonald's, that's free franchise fee training for you. You will learn the ropes, you will learn the system, you will learn. If you want to start your own Jollibee, instead of getting a franchise, guess what? Just work for Jollibee for 5 years. If you work for Jollibee for 5 years, you will know the ins and outs of Jollibee. You will know the ins and outs of the business. So either you work there, hustle hard, and then get as much as you can, then start your own business already. Or on the first year, you already see this is not for me. Then you get to pivot and do something else as well. So if you don't know though what you want to start, you need to go to school. If you have no idea, kasi a lot of people are saying, I won't go to college. Then, I say, ano gagawin mo? They nurse, hindi ko pa alam, basta ayoko mag-college. Then that's wrong. Go to college. Go to college, build the network, build the connections, try to find something that interests you. When you find something that interests you already, that's when you quit college. And when you see it already, either the business that you want to start is actually running, it's doing better, sagabal na yung college sa'yo. Kasi naniniwala din naman ako na a lot of the things that you will learn in college, you won't actually use it. Or a lot of the things that you will take in college when you graduate, it's not a thing that you will actually do. I graduated as engineering. I graduated as an engineer, took the board exam, never practiced a single day in my life. So that's what I'm saying. So you go to college. When you go to college, I don't know, try to see what subjects you're more interested at. Try to look at extracurricular activities that you're interested at as well. Or try to find classmates that what interests them might interest you also. Because what's interesting also about school is there you will meet connections. You will meet your network. You will meet a lot of friends that later on when you start businesses, they'll be able to help you out. They will be your first customers. They will be your partners. They will be your supporters. They will be your customers. They will be people who can actually help you. So the answer there is, if you think you're gonna be an entrepreneur but you don't know what to start yet, go to school, build connections, learn as much as you can, and when you figured out what you want to do, check if it's actually earning, check if it's actually running, and then that's when you decide if you want to go to school or not, or if you want to continue your studies or not. But don't just do anything just because it's popular to be an entrepreneur. Don't be an entrepreneur because everyone is doing it. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Entrepreneurship is not something that you just do out of whim, just because it's popular right now, just because it's talked about right now, just because it's in a pedestal right now. You do it for the love of the game. You do it because it's something that you love to do. And here's what I want to challenge you on. You can do it while you're studying. If I was a student right now, what I would do is I will study, but eto, this is one entrepreneurial venture that I did. Ako lagi nagsiserox sa mga classmates ko. All of the handouts, every time yung teacher nag-request ng volunteer. Of course, I don't know if people still Xerox right now for school because everything is online. The links could be sent via emails. But before, teachers would send out books to be Xerox. So what I do, I'd volunteer for the whole class, and I found an area where I get to Xerox wholesale. Then there were margins. Then I get to earn off of that as well. Kasi I'm helping my classmates that they don't have to Xerox, they don't have to carry, they have the convenience that their handouts will be there, and I'm giving it also at the same price as where they're getting it also. So things like that, there will be areas, there will be opportunities where you can find ways for you to earn. Or you can just, there's so many videos on how you can flip sneakers. There's so many videos on how you can earn via doing online jobs also. Those things you can do in conjunction to school. So it doesn't have to be a 1 or 0 approach that the only way for me to be an entrepreneur is I don't go to college. Not true. But what I'm also saying that it doesn't mean that you don't go to college you won't be successful. That's not true as well. It can be a hybrid of both. You can be a person that goes to school first, and once you figured out what you want to do, then you double down on that also. So the answer is that it's case to case. You have to know who you are as well. Don't just do it just because everyone else is doing it. And lastly, if your parents tell you to go to school, then go to school first. Honor them first. Do what they're telling you because probably they're smarter than you also at a certain point in time. But ganun din, if they really love you and they're your parents, when they figure out that it's making you miserable and they figured out, the role of the parents is to find what you're good at, what your skills are. The role of the parents also is to find out na, teka, magaling yata yung anak ko sa painting, why not I expose him to painters? Why not I give him more painting classes? Magaling siya sa gymnastics, why not I expose him to that? So that's also the responsibility as well. So here's the thing. If you're accepting their money, you're living under their roofs, you are taking in their food, then you have to go to college. The only time you do it is when you're not living anymore. You're doing it on your own. You're living by yourself. So that's my take in it. It's not a yes or no approach. It's something that you have to figure out on a case to case basis as well. But one of the parameters that I would like to tell you is this: for you to be able to figure out if it's something that's worth doing, then the best way for you to be able to do that is to actually try. And you can do that synchronously while you're studying. You can do that synchronously also while you're still young. So you can start businesses while you're studying, then just figure it out from there. I hope this is something that helped people. We're at the 15-minute mark. Comment below if this is something that's helping you. Comment your experiences when you were in college. But for me, di ko talaga nagamit eh. Yung mga subjects ng modern physics, mechanics, strength of materials, where we had to compute so many things, yung mga chemistry subjects, physics subjects, I don't get to use it now. And even my classmates who are practitioners in the engineering field, they don't use a lot of the things that are taught to them, because not please remember, in real life, not all of the things that are taught academically is something that you would use it. This is not something that's popular. But for me also, if you can't afford going to college, then you don't have to mortgage the future of your parents also, just for you to be able to get to college. College is not the only way out. College is not the only way for you to be successful. College is not the only way for you to get rich. And if you notice it also, the upper 1%, a lot of them that hustled hard, when they didn't have college in their back as well. I'm not saying you don't go to college. If you have the opportunity to choose, go to college, then double down and decide after that as well. So I hope this helps people. I hope this is something that added value to a lot of people. But here's what I will end with. And I said this at the start: never stop learning. Education, learning, is not confined by the four walls of a school. That's why Google is so amazing, because Google, YouTube is so amazing, because you can learn on the fly. You can learn wherever you are. It's not anymore dependent on what your grade is, what college you've been to. It's all about how hungry you are and how much you want it as well. And this is Marvin Gurmo. If you want more topics like this, I don't know if this will be something that's controversial, but I think this is something that's needful. To all of you guys who sent questions about that, I hope this is something that addressed it as well. I'm a product of I'm also a product of a person. I'm a product of I went to college, but I never practiced what I went to college into. I just hustled my way into entrepreneurship, learning on my own, learning the ropes, experiencing stuff, being practical, and then double downing on the things that I knew I was good at as well. So, as you all know, this YouTube channel is there for you guys, just to give you as much content as possible, as much educational content that will help you be financially free, that will help you be rich. So 10 years from now, if you're watching this and then you did not go to college and then you become a billionaire, thank you. I know that this channel is making a difference also in the lives of other people as well. So this is Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.